Good day, viewers. Welcome to News Express. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has officially launched one of the biggest internal political exercises ahead of the 2027 elections after screening more than 70 governorship aspirants in a single day as the party intensifies preparations for what many see as a major national political battle against the ruling APC. The development signals the growing momentum inside the ADC as opposition politicians, former governors, lawmakers, and political heavyweights continue moving towards the party amid widening coalition discussions nationwide. Speaking in Abuja, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the ADC, Mrs. Queen Okiye, confirmed that the screening exercise recorded massive participation from governorship aspirants across different states. According to her, two separate screening panels were constituted to handle the large number of aspirants, with each panel screening about 35 governorship hopefuls during the first phase of the exercise. The massive turnout immediately reflects the rising political interest surrounding the ADC ahead of 2027. For months, the party has increasingly positioned itself as one of the key alternative platforms attracting opposition politicians frustrated with both the APC and internal crises within older opposition parties. As economic hardship, insecurity, and political dissatisfaction continue shaping national conversations, more politicians appear eager to associate themselves with emerging coalition structures capable of challenging the ruling party nationally. According to Okiye, the screening process proceeded smoothly despite the large number of participants involved. So far, the screening has come to an end today, and screening continues tomorrow, she said, while addressing journalists after the first phase of the exercise. She further disclosed that more than 100 governorship aspirants from states expected to participate in upcoming elections are involved in the wider screening process. That figure alone highlights how rapidly the ADC is expanding politically across different regions of the country as politicians continue recalculating their future ahead of the next election cycle. The screening exercise is expected to continue as the party processes additional aspirants over the coming days. Party officials insist the exercise reflects the ADC's commitment to internal democracy, due process, and transparent candidate selection. However, political observers believe the growing number of aspirants may also create fresh internal competition capable of testing the party's unity before the primary officially begin. The governorship screening comes at a highly sensitive moment politically from the ADC. The party is already preparing for a major presidential primary contest involving some of Nigeria's biggest opposition figures. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, and economist Mohammed Ayatuddin are all expected to participate in the ADC presidential screening process, scheduled for Wednesday, May 20th. That presidential contest is already generating enormous political tension nationwide. Amechi recently declared openly that Atiku may no longer be electorally viable after multiple failed presidential attempts, while Atiku's camp continues projecting confidence ahead of the primaries. Meanwhile, broader opposition coalition talks involving Peter Obi, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, and other political actors continue reshaping Nigeria's opposition landscape ahead of 2027. ADC therefore finds itself suddenly at the center of Nigeria's growing opposition realignment. For many opposition supporters, the party now represents one of the most important political battlegrounds capable of determining whether the anti-APC movement can eventually unite strongly enough to challenge President Bola Tinubu nationally. The large number of governorship aspirants also reflects another political reality. Many politicians across Nigeria increasingly believe the 2027 election could trigger major shifts in power structures at both state and federal levels. As a result, governors, lawmakers, business allies, and political operatives are already repositioning aggressively years ahead of the general election itself. Interestingly, the ADC also confirmed that the screening of some National Assembly aspirants from parts of the northern Nigerian has now been relocated to Abuja because of security concerns. That announcement once again highlights how insecurity continues affecting Nigeria's political environment directly, even during internal party activities. Across parts of the north, rising security threats continue complicating political mobilization, campaign planning, and public gatherings ahead of the election season. Meanwhile, the increasing movement of politicians towards the ADC may create additional pressure on both the APC and other opposition structures like the PDP. The PDP continues battling internal divisions, factional crises, and leadership disputes, while the APC itself faces growing tension from controversial primaries, allegations of candidate imposition, and fears of anti-party revolts from aggrieved aspirants in several states. Against that backdrop, the ADC appears determined to present itself as an organized alternative capable of attracting politicians from across ideological and regional divides. Still, major challenges remain ahead. The party must now manage competing ambitions among dozens of governorship aspirants while also navigating intense presidential rivalries between major political heavyweights. Nigerian opposition coalitions have historically struggled not because of lack of public frustration against ruling parties, but because of internal disagreements over leadership, zoning, and candidate selection. That risk remains very real for the ADC. For now, however, the scale of participation in the screening exercise sends one unmistakable message across Nigerian political landscape. The battle for 2027 is already accelerating rapidly. And as more politicians flood into the ADC seeking tickets, alliances, and political survival, the opposition space may be heading towards one of the most competitive and unpredictable election cycles Nigeria has witnessed in years. That is all for now on News Express. And to you, our amazing viewers, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm Vincent Okoro. Thank you for watching. Do have a beautiful day.